It's a fan favorite because it just makes you feel so good and safe. And you just enjoy that wonderful time you have. And you'll end up walking out wanting to be nice to other people, wanting to do good things. It puts you in a really good place in life. Just come see it and have a great, great time with us, because we're having a great time up there. And remember, what it used to be like, what's brought it to what's today, and yeah, sometimes it's great to look into the past to enjoy the future a little bit more. Hi, I'm Christy Mauro-Cohen. I am a performer and a co-director of MGM in Concert. I'm giving an interview, and I would love for you to come and listen to the interview if you want to hear more about this fabulous show. What it is? Well, it's just an honorary tribute to the old MGM musicals and Broadway shows produced by MGM. Some of the best music, the best stars that existed, and that time was just magical. That same feeling some people have when they go to Disney World, the purity, it's just like we're in a magical place. Nothing can harm us or hurt us here in this world. Well, that same feeling is in this MGM concert, is hearing this music and talking about these old artists, Fred Astaire, Gene Kelly, Judy Garland. It's endless. That was a time where we felt safe. We felt safe. You would lose yourself in that beautiful, imaginary, wonderful world, magical world, I would say. Yeah, so that's why. Makes you feel good. It's an escape from reality. You go to a magical place, no matter what the subject matter is. And you get to release, especially nowadays. People are under a lot of stress, a lot of, and it gets rid of all your woes and ills. You just lose yourself in that magical world. It's a fan favorite because it just makes you feel so good and safe. And you just enjoy that wonderful time you have. And you'll end up walking out wanting to be nice to other people, wanting to do good things. It puts you in a really good place in life. What do I look for? Honestly, I want smiley faces actually responding to me, because that elevates an actor's performance, whether the actor knows it or not. It just happens. It's not voluntary, the response. You see people enjoying themselves and having a good time, and you get elevated. Your endorphins start going up, 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 and then you don't know what's going to happen. And I love that feeling of going, yes, we have the structured project, but where can I take this with the audience just a little bit more? It's fun that way, yeah. That's what I would look for, how the audience is going to respond to make the performance have a different way to it, in a sense. For Jon, I would say it's Over the Rainbow. He loves when I sing Over the Rainbow. I like the fun moments. I like Annie, Get Your Gun, when we're doing the arguing song, I can do something better than you, I like that kind of stuff. And I love the choreography. I love doing steps in unison. That feeling of when we all three come together really fills me up. When we're all doing something and you get that extra energy and you're all in it together. Yeah. I think the length for the cabaret shows is perfect at 90 minutes. And I love doing shorter versions of the songs because you can put more of the beautiful material in there, the wonderful material. Different with a musical script, a show. Like I could sit in Les Mis, it's 3 hours long. I love that. That's different because you're with a character. It's like reading a book. So yeah, that's why I think it's perfect the way it is. Jon and I go way back. We have the same birthday. We are just dear friends, dear friends. I love him so much. He's a wonderful, wonderful person. His family is wonderful. He comes from a very good family. That is why he's such a wonderful person. I truly believe that. And we just both have the same goals. We want to just give and give and give to the theater world in any way we can. We like to perform, we like to put on shows, we like to direct shows, choreograph shows, and so we're on the same page with that, very much so. And I hope to continue. I hope to know him all the way on this whole ride, you know, just never not know who he is as a person. I always want to be in his life. And Chris Showerman is, this is the first show I've actually had the experience of working with Chris Showerman, but he comes in like a light. He's just a wonderful, wonderful person, highly talented, and just super sweet, super sweet. What you're seeing when you meet him, that's him. He's not faking it. He doesn't change who he is. He's just a wonderful, wonderful person, big, big time talent. And he reminds me of my dad when he was young, because he's willing to take chances. He does crazy things, just like my dad, goes in the audience, messes with the people, great ad-libber. And I look forward to continuing shows with him. It's just very fun to work with. Very nice man. Just come see it and have a great, great time with us, because we're having a great time up there. And remember, you know, what it used to be like, what's brought it to what's today, and yeah, sometimes it's great to look into the past to enjoy the future a little bit more. Hi, I'm Christy Mauro-Cohen. I am the performer and co-director of MGM in Concert, which is now being produced and put on by the P3 Theater Company and Jon Peterson. And we are doing this fabulous MGM show, just a throwback to the wonderful, pure, magical, safe time, great music, and we love what we're doing, and we know you will love what you're doing. So come on out and see our show. See you in the theater.
You owe it to yourself to come see MGM in Concert if you haven't seen it before. There's nothing else available right now that's anything quite like it. It's a concert version of your favorite pieces from favorite memories that MGM has crafted over these decades of a bygone era. And you're not going to find anything that quite matches the magic that you and us together will create when you come to be a part of the audience and of the show of MGM in Concert. Hi, I'm Christopher Showerman. If you want to learn more about MGM in Concert, you're going to love this next conversation. Musicals are a unique form of entertainment because the music itself, it accesses something in us kind of like the sense of smell. It's something deeper. So music can carry that emotion or can carry that energy that sometimes a straight play doesn't have. Also, too, I feel like music is an anchor for us. So you'll notice a lot of times as folks age and if people have memory loss, sometimes they can't remember stories or even how to say certain things. But if you put it in musical form, magically it accesses another part of the brain that is a little more primal, a little more seated in our being. So I feel like we're able to create those anchors and access those anchors through music. MGM in Concert is a fast-moving musical review of the shows from MGM from the late 30s to the mid-50s. And we rock it through over 70 different songs in a very short amount of time, because we're taking excerpts from each one, and it's like a smorgasbord of delight from an era that we all think back fondly to. And it makes you feel good to be a part of it. It definitely makes us feel good to share it with you, so we're excited for you to come and see it. The MGM in Concert show is still relevant today, even though we're referencing a bygone era, because there's something primal about the music that we do, like the falling in love of Singing in the Rain. We can all relate to that. Or the wonder of A Wizard of Oz. There are so many core feelings that they access with that music, and the music is so well done. And remember, we're referring to a time that no longer exists, where it was called the studio system at the time. So an actor would kind of get hired not just for a project like we are today, but for a contract period. And during that contract period, you could do tens, dozens of projects. And in between, if you weren't working on a project, the studio was constantly schooling you. So it was a never-ending college of dance and comedy and singing. So you were constantly honing this craft and getting better. Now, there's lots of talented performers, new performers that are coming out today, but none of them have that background that the studios were built to create. This really unique and precise form of entertainment. So that's relevant today because we don't get that anywhere else. MGM is a fan favorite because I feel like everybody finds what they need to find in the music. There are so many memories that are embedded in these songs, and when we perform them, the stage is pretty sparse. It's an empty stage. We have a few props. There's a piano and the three of us singing. So you as the audience, your imagination can go anywhere that it wants to go. We're not dialing you into one thought or one image. And so, as you know, we're all so different. And that's one of the successes of a radio play, is that everybody can have the experience that their psyche and their brain wants to take them on, based on what's there in the radio play. And the same thing with this music. This music triggers whatever it's going to trigger in you, and everybody finds something different. And that, I think, is why people keep coming back and what makes MGM such a fan favorite. When I'm doing a live performance of MGM or any other project for that matter, looking for opportunities to create that connection with an audience. And that's the real difference between performing live on stage and performing for a camera. Whereas if you're on set performing for a camera, your audience are the gaffers and the grips and the cameramen who are standing around you, and they're paid to be dead silent. If they make any noise, they get fired. So you don't get that back and forth, that magic that you do when you're on stage. So when I'm on stage, I look for that communal experience with my friends on stage as well as with the audience outside. And I think Christy mentioned this earlier, when we are having such a good time as a group on stage, it's infectious. If our laugh is a real laugh, or our smile or our banter back and forth is true and genuine, people feel that, and they feel like they're a part of it, because they are, because it's happening now, and it's only happening once, and once this performance is over, it's gone, and the next performance is something different. But that magical thing was something that we all participated in, us, the audience, everybody participated in that moment. And that's what I think makes live theater so special and so unique. Now, I have a ton of favorite parts from MGM in concert. I love all of our group numbers because I love working with them, and Christy and Jon already know the show so well because they've been doing it forever. And so getting to do the choreography with them, every once in a while we put in some harmony together. So getting to do that with them is a favorite of mine, whether on any of our group numbers. I know Christy mentioned some of the stuff from Annie Get Your Gun, which is really fun because it's goofy, it's funny, and we can just let our freak flags fly on that stuff. There's a song called Too Darn Hot that I loved Tony's take on it, because he would go out into the audience and truly connect with people, and maybe make people feel slightly uncomfortable, but they knew at that point there's no denying that they're part of the show. And so I love getting that opportunity to carry on that torch that Tony started with that tradition as well. You owe it to yourself to come see MGM in concert if you haven't seen it before. There's nothing else available right now that's anything quite like it. It's a concert version of your favorite pieces from favorite memories that MGM has crafted over these decades of a bygone era. And you're not going to find anything that quite matches the magic that you and us together will create when you come to be a part of the audience and of the show of MGM in Concert. Hi, I'm Christopher Showerman. I am excited to share with you MGM in Concert, and you're going to be excited to be a part of it. You'll go back in time to some of these classic moments in MGM history, those special movies that happened between the late 30s and the mid 50s that give you a certain feeling of security, of safety, of wonder, and of excitement. So come and check out our show. We can't wait to see you there. See you in the theater.
Our theater-going audiences must come see MGM in Concert because it is such a unique take in a throwback style of musical revue that is rarely done anymore and performed by four incredible talents. Myself, of course. Christy Mauro-Cohen and Christopher Showerman share the stage with me, and we are supported by the amazing piano talent of David Scott Cohen. You put the four of us together, and it's just going to be a good time. Hi, I'm Jon Peterson, Executive Artistic Director of P3 Theater Company, producer and performer in MGM in Concert. If you want to hear more about our exciting show, make sure you watch this video. The MGM musicals and the MGM movie musicals were so popular in their time because there was nothing else being done like that. They were taking these full-scale musicals and putting them up on the big screen and hiring the best of the talent to perform these musicals. And the style of music and the story behind the music and the lyrics, they're so relevant even today. That's why they will stand the test of time. Truly, we're kind of aging out of that era where people may be familiar with a lot of this music, but if they listen to the lyrics and to the message that's being told, they will be able to relate. Our production of MGM in Concert is a crowd favorite for all ages. The older generation is going to be more familiar with the music. They'll hum along with the tunes, they'll sing along with the lyrics. And as the crowds get younger, they may not be as familiar with the material, but it's fun. It's relevant, it's lighthearted. My 7-year-old and my 9-year-old nieces love the show. They have very little exposure to musicals, but it's so upbeat and catchy tunes and so much fun going on stage that they can't help but get caught up in it. And Tony, I can quote Tony, the creator, saying at one point, if there's even one little song in the show that you're not really a fan of, the show moves so quickly that by the time you realize, oh, I don't really care for this song, it's over. And we're already on to the next song that you're going to love no matter what. So that's just that. And the three of us that are in the show love this material so much, and we get along so well. We're a family. And that reads into the audience. The audience senses our connection, and they get caught up in that, and they become connected with us. So it's really as if they feel they are part of our journey through this music. One of the cool things about this upcoming year with MGM in Concert is that I only recently realized, so I've been doing the show, we've been doing MGM in Concert since 1996. That's 27 years, right? Yeah, 27 years. I sat down and did the math and asked Christy, hey, how old is your dad? And we got to talking, and I realized that next year in 2024, I will be the age that Tony was when I started doing MGM in Concert back in 1996. So that's kind of a really cool full circle thing, if you really think about it. Tony is Christy's dad. He's not a spring chicken. None of us are anymore, let me tell you. Some days we come out of doing the show and we're like, oh my God, that was so much harder than it was 27 years ago, but we love it just as much, if not even more. So as time has gone on, we've realized it's a big feat, and so Tony has stepped down from the show as far as performing on stage with us. He will always be on stage with us. But what we did was we had to go out in search of somebody who could fill the very big shoes that Tony has left for us. So we came across this amazingly wonderful, talented performer and person, Chris Showerman, and he is now part of our MGM family. So our family's just grown by one, and he is just as wonderful as Tony in his own right, because nobody can fill Tony's shoes. There is no Tony Santamoro other than Tony Santamoro. But if somebody had to bring a sense of joy and excitement and talent and fun to this production, Chris Showerman is the one to fill that bill. So now with Chris Showerman joining myself and Christy Mauro-Cohen on the stage, it's a really fun mixture of talent and family. As I mentioned before, Christy and I have been doing this show together and other shows outside of this for over a quarter of a century at this point, and we've got this amazing connection. I mean, she's my older sister. Actually, she's my birthday twin. Christy and I share the same birthday. I won't tell you who's older, but we'll she'll always be prettier than me. That's what matters. And to be able to be on that stage with her, and now Chris, it is just a joy. And there's nobody I'd rather sing a love duet with than my birthday twin. For me as a performer, when I am on stage doing MGM in concert, I've said over and over, I've been doing this show for over a quarter of a century. I've never been bored with this show. As I've mentioned over and over again, when you have a live performance, there are two that are not the same. I could wake up one morning and my foot hurts, and I have to perform with a foot that hurts. But the best part about performing is you don't have to think about that foot that hurts while you're on stage entertaining other people and being a part of this live theatrical experience. When I am performing MGM in concert, because I'm so familiar with it, I'm so comfortable with it, and I really, truly enjoy performing this music, I don't have any troubles when I'm on stage for that 90 minutes that this show is happening. I'm literally caught up in the musicality. With David Cohen playing this music, our amazing musical director and accompanist, there is no accompanist I've ever worked with in my life that is like David Cohen. And it's always a comfort zone. It's a happy place. And I just get so swept up in the lyrics too. It's not just about sounding good and performing for people, but it's about interpreting stories and telling stories and sharing these stories and music with our audiences. So I am just literally like on a different planet when I'm performing this, and just really enjoy the heck out of it. For the theater patron that comes to see MGM in concert, first and foremost, I want them to have fun, to enjoy their time, to relish in this beautiful music. I'm hoping that there will create a sense of nostalgia for those who are familiar with a lot of this music, and to introduce younger generations to this style of music and musical. But really, overall, it is just to have fun and to take people away from everything that's going on in the real world and to offer a sense of levity and joy. And I want to see smiles when people walk out of that theater. In general, my favorite part of MGM in concert, for me, I'm not your leading man type. I'm bald. Not as thin as I used to be. So when I get cast in shows, I'm always the funny guy. I'm always the sidekick, which is a lot of fun. Don't get me wrong. But what I like about MGM in concert is I get to sing all the pretty music. And I was classically trained as a singer, so I get to tap into that technique and that style of sounding really pretty and singing beautiful songs. And really, anytime I am singing a duet, a love duet with Christy, it's just fun and warm, and we have a great connection. No, we are not in love with each other. She's got a husband. I'm gay. But just getting to do that and create those characters song by song. And I have to say, one of my favorites that I sing with her is So in Love from Kiss Me, Kate. It's such a beautiful. Cole Porter is an amazing composer. And that song, with the harmonies that we are doing, we have such a blend and a connection that is amazing. Now, on the other hand, I do like to be fun and silly. And Chris Showerman and I have some great fun times together. Brush Up Your Shakespeare is also from Kiss Me, Kate. And it's a silly, fun character type song. So those are really my two favorite moments in the show. Solo, I get a lot of great solo work in this show, and it's just to sit back and relish in it is amazing and fun. But singing with the two of them, each with the different styles of music, is the best. Our theater-going audiences must come see MGM in concert because it is such a unique take in a throwback style of musical revue that is rarely done anymore, and performed by four incredible talents. Myself, of course. Christy Mauro-Cohen and Christopher Showerman share the stage with me, and we are supported by the amazing piano talent of David Scott Cohen. You put the four of us together, and it's just going to be a good time. One of the cool things about MGM in concert is that we have performed this show in tiny little clubhouses, even almost meeting room type spaces, and we've also performed it on 2,000-seat theaters, big proscenium stages. So this show can play just about any space. We do have the show playing in different theaters around Orange County and LA counties, and as I've said, I would love to see that expand. But the show is also available for us to perform at different facilities, different centers for potentially for fundraising events, corporate parties. So it's not just a show that we have to do in a theater by itself and perform for specific audiences. It can be done in any type of setting. My hope long-term for MGM in concert is that we can have multiple iterations of this production where we have different casts outperforming it really nationwide would be fantastic. I'd love to get a touring company going. I would love to get this show on the cruise ships. This type of show would be so welcome on cruise lines. And I would just love to have it going on a regular basis and be bringing this music and this particular production to audiences all over. Again, this is Jon Peterson, Executive Artistic Director and founder of P3 Theater Company. For more information on MGM in concert, be sure to visit our website at www.p3theater.biz. That's P3theatre.biz. See you at the theater. For more information on where to find MGM in concert or to book MGM in concert for a private event, make sure to visit our website at www.p3theater.biz. For more information on where to find MGM in concert or to book MGM in concert for a private event, make sure to visit our website at www.p3theater.biz. For more information on where to find MGM in concert or to book MGM in concert for a private event, make sure to visit our website at www.p3theater.biz. For more information on where to find MGM in concert or to book MGM in concert for a private event, make sure to visit our website at www.p3theater.biz. For more information on where to find MGM in concert or to book MGM in concert for a private event, make sure to visit our website at www.p3theater.biz.